What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another alternate history. I've noticed this. I've been making a lot of these videos. Why? I just am. Right now, the fans on my computer are really loud because my microphone is built into the computer I'm using right now. It's very loud. I don't intend to get a microphone or a headset or something like that, but I might. So maybe. Also, these guys over here, this is to change color, this is the history right here, these are the layers, some of it like up here where my mouse is no longer at, you can't see it because it'll be cropped out because that's where the toolbar is, and stuff like tools in the corner right here, you can barely see my mouse, the brush size, and stuff like that. Stuff you don't need to see, so it's not going to be shown. Also, the reason that everything's over here is because usually I have a second monitor to my left. I do not have that right now. I probably won't have it for a little longer. So, let's get into it. Now, of course, I don't like to bore you guys or increase the length of my recordings. Or those there, I thought I deleted those. As I was saying, I don't like to bore you guys or extend the recording of the clip so I don't have to edit longer by drawing in new provinces and capitals and cities and stuff like that. I only do it if it's important for stuff like that right there. So like, actually, yeah, we'll keep that. We'll say this is the first double capital city, but yeah, I don't usually like have all this stuff on at the same time. Why is that not have a capital? Yeah, I just did the capitals for everything. So, yeah, that's cool. Whoa. And yeah, you can see how disorganized I am without my second monitor that's supposed to be right here. I'm very disorganized, but that doesn't matter. What matters is we must begin this moment, which is fun. Also, internet is very bad for me right now, so if the footage doesn't look good, just know that's also another reason. This is not going to be a good episode for any of us, because everything is all over the place. Anyways, we begin with an expansion. We begin with expansion towards the east, being conducted by both the pink country and dark yellow country. I almost called that thing the backrooms carpet country. I don't know why. Anyways, they link up in, I think that might be Monaco, modern day Monaco, but I don't know, I can't tell. So, it looks kind of like something similar to a Roman Empire right now with what they've discovered. They've discovered most of everything around the Mediterranean Sea, but they have not yet discovered the Atlantic. Well, I mean, they have, but it's not that large, and they also have no idea what's going on over in the Americas, which, by the way, last recording I did not also record Americas at the same time, because they're probably just, like, pretty peaceful and stuff like that right now, trying to figure themselves out. Over here, where there are tornadoes, probably going to figure out how they're going to get past the tornadoes to move south, and it's going to stay that way. They're still going to be not moving much, which is cool. Over in, I think this is, no, it's not Pakistan, maybe Iran or Iraq, wherever this blue country is right here, they're just gonna discover the area around it some more, and I don't know why parts of the blue country right here are disappearing, but they just are, which will be made up for in extra via the land that they will discover or gain, really. Over here, the Chinese countries, along with other countries in the Mediterranean part of the world and Indian Peninsula, are going to send a group of people down to the small areas of Indochina that they've discovered to begin to move through the lush jungles over here to meet up with each other. And this is going to go terribly because, of course, this area has many jungles and forests, and they're going to struggle to move through the area. And so they're going to stop right up at there, but their findings will show that they are very close to meeting. Unfortunately, they just don't have the equipment to discover more over there, which really does suck. The Korea nation begins to explore north, discovering parts of modern-day Russia. They continue to move north and discover more of Russia. They then begin to explore with the Chinese more of the west, also discovering some southern land over here in the south. They then begin a large arrowhead that is stopped because most of this area over here is desert. I'm just going off of what I've seen from the previous maps, from the previous episodes, because once again, I don't have a world map open. I physically cannot have one, or else I'd be continuously going in my other tabs, and it would just be very annoying to edit. I'm pretty sure last episode I mentioned how I didn't remember the name of this strait right here, but how I thought it was the Strait of Gibraltar, but I thought I was going to be wrong. I was actually right, it is called the Strait of Gibraltar, so my bad, I'm going to correct myself right there, as I just did. Back to Discovery, the pink team sends out an expedition to discover more of the Iberian Peninsula. They're going to move along the coast into modern-day Portugal, and continue to explore more of the coastline, which goes very well. They now have a U-looking shape over here, which they will respond to by expanding over this way, up west, and along the coast. So that way the country itself, other than the islands it has, is a U. The dark yellow nation will also expand. Remember, these guys gained their independence the previous episode yesterday. Not yesterday, but you get the point. So they kind of need to expand if they want to have a chance of survival in the world of country making and nations. They'll move around the coast and then will end their expansion efforts. Although it's not before discovering and claiming whatever this part right here is. I'm pretty sure it belongs to maybe Slovenia or Croatia. Speaking of Croatia, I can see it very well right here. And it's where the light blue country is. And that light blue country, that is going to get annoying to say after a little bit, is going to expand. And I don't know why it's doing that. Or that. And I just don't like the light blue country. The light blue country, my bad. It is a terrible addition and I want to get rid of it. I mean, seriously, it is annoying as heck. So the light red nation is going to declare war on them, mostly for my sake. They're going to begin a push in the south near the blue country right here into the light blue country. I don't know why that's doing that. It's getting annoying. I don't know why it's being whack. Maybe it has something to do with no internet making everything all whack and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is, whoa, I see now what's happening. I was on the wrong tab, guys. Let me see if... Was that also on the wrong tab? That was. Give me a second, guys, as I go back to see whatever was on the wrong tab. Now that I think everything is fixed, we can continue with the war. And now everything's working well, which makes me very happy. The light red nation is going to quickly capture the light blue country's capital, and the light blue country will surrender, but they will not be claiming everything up there. In the peace treaty, we will see the light red country completely annex the light blue country, and then expand a little bit up north. Meanwhile, more instability over here will eventually lead to the purple team watching as they gain a new neighbor. A new rebellion occurs, and the blue nation's beginning to see that they are becoming unstable, and that they need to show a way to have power and stuff. They need to go to war, or they need to expand. They're going to begin by attempting to expand, then going to move all the way to, I want to say this is the Caspian Sea, but I'm probably wrong. Then again, last time I said that I was right, so who knows. Then begin to move up around to, maybe that's the Black Sea. I don't know. You can see my my struggling when I don't have a geography map up right now. I need it for like rivers and stuff like that, and also to see where the deserts are. So I know there's like a desert over in the Chinese area over there, but I didn't know it was as big as I thought it was. Anyways, they have done just that. They have expanded to border the sea that my mouse is over right now. But unfortunately for them, it just will not last. This new area also just so happens to rebel. The blue team is going to go through a rebellion. I don't know like anything right now because I just had to re-record everything, so I don't remember what it was like the transition. This is a re-recording. This is the second time I've had to record, so I am unaware on the transition, but yeah, the blue team expands and immediately has a civil war. Probably not a good thing. Small little Cyprus over here, whom you may have underestimated, decides to go to war with the blue team, seeing how unstable they are, after having an argument over the signed country's leader, saying, hey, we could probably beat them. Of course, signed country said, no, you can't. And they said, watch. And they will watch as the Cyprus country of Cyprus, goes from island to island, effectively island hopping, and then make a landfall in modern-day Greece, and you quickly take the land, proving the Cyan nation to be wrong. They also discovered this island right there, which I don't know why. They've already discovered it, but they will take it from the blue nation who actually did have it. Cyprus and the blue nation will now come to peace agreement, and Cyprus will keep everything they took, effectively leaving the blue team without any islands. They're starting to collapse, and they're collapsing fast. Meanwhile, in Africa, the orange nation gains a new neighbor, a very dark blue nation, darker blue than Cyprus, but we call the Cyprus nation Cyprus, or with the Cyprus nation, and so this guy will just be called dark blue. What's annoying is the fact that the border of Africa is going to be whack, so give me a second to find a new color to replace it with. After not too long of searching, I've decided to use a darker orange. Why? Well, of course, the dark orange nation's neighbor is the orange nation, so it's fairly safe to assume that dark orange nation's ancestry comes from the Orange Nation. These two nations will become allies very quickly. Meanwhile, Cyprus begins to expand more into, I'm pretty sure this would be called the Middle East. Yeah, this is part of the Middle East. Cyprus begins to expand more and more into the Middle East after their triumph over the much larger blue team. We stop expanding, and everything looks pretty okay. Until the Cyan country decides that we have been sitting here too long watching everyone else be winning wars, like Cyprus over here, or expanding, such as the Italian nation. So we're going to expand as well. They're going to move across the Arabian Peninsula to meet up with the other side. To meet up with, I think over here is the Adriatic Sea, but I'm not sure. They move around the coastline. Expand a little more in the middle part of the Middle East. And begin to expand on their southernmost side. They begin an arrowhead to encircle this area, which makes the Cyan nation right here very suspicious. Whatever the light blue nation, I guess it is, I don't know why I was calling Cyan before, they are now suspicious of the Cyan nation because of this arrowhead. So they themselves will come in here and they will take the land before the arrowhead can completely take it all, thus leaving this horrible mess right here. I don't like it, but it'll have to stay that way. Why? It's because this really weird looking color just appeared. It's a dark banana color is what I think it is, similar to South Korea. And I very much dislike it, but I'm starting to run out of colors to use, so we're gonna have to use it. Shortly after formation, they'll dip down to the Arabian Peninsula, claim modern Qatar, or Quarter, wherever the heck it's pronounced. I pronounced it Qatar, I don't know why I said Quarter, or Quarter, or whatever I said before. But that's besides the point. The point is they are going to expand, and they'll expand very well. Because over here is mostly desert, they don't need a large population, as there's just desert. So a large population will make a high death rate and the country will fail. So with a small population, they can just send out a couple of people at a time to come down here and then come back, down, back, down, back, down, back, effectively creating a large and effective strategy that'll prove to be very effective. They'll also claim the small unclaimed piece of land right there, without the surrounding land becoming all whack. And they realize that this strategy they've just developed effectively allows them to become one of the largest nations in the area. They could become a superpower with this, and they know that. So with this new strategy, they, I wouldn't say abuse it, but they use it a lot. It becomes out of control and begins to scare other nations. After about 2 years, this is all the land they have claimed. Their neighbors, such as the Cyan country, the light blue country, the red country, and many other countries in the area, tell them, hey, stop that. They're not going to stop that, and eventually they will claim everything right there. Because they have such a low population, they are actually stable. Which means that no one can fund rebellions. Plus, they're not that strict. With such open land, there's no need for many laws, as people won't encounter each other. And those who do encounter each other will need to help one another. instead of fight to the death unless they're really hungry. So it'll be nearly impossible to get a rebellion in here for this singular reason. This Dark Banana Nation has effectively just become the strongest nation in the area. In stability, at least, because every other country has amounts of stability. These guys are almost completely stable, while everyone else has a smaller chance for civil warring, and some others have a large chance of civil warring, like the blue team, who, of course, just went through 2 civil wars. The red and magenta country over here, watch as this small island of theirs becomes its own independent nation. It's barely a change in color, and I can change that. Bam, now they're different colors, and are now their own thing. Elsewhere in the world, China and other countries over here will come together to finally finish the Arrowhead before sending a crew of 5,000 to explore this. Only 1,000 come back. About 3 months later, everyone else is located, and everything over here is successfully documented. They're exploring the world too fast, some may say. Especially because it's, episode 5, 6? But I think ultimately, that doesn't matter. Because they have motivation, and I want to keep this series short, and very simple, maximum 30 episodes, which means that everything is going by a lot faster, but of course it's still taking the normal time. Everything is slow and happening around the same time. In the real world, the exploration over here would probably have taken 5 years. They'd explored that for 4 years, came back after the 5th year, and everyone else located the 6th year. But ultimately, I want to make this another one of those short series, because of course I have too many series that I want to work on. So I have to kind of speed this one up. Now, speaking of speeding this thing up, we should probably speed up the outro, since I've been recording for 30 minutes, and I have other things to do, such as record the next episode. I'm recording every single episode at the same time. Not every single episode, but a good chunk of them. If you guys enjoyed, like the video. And yeah, this is the mess we have right now. I'm proud to say that I'm about to work on states, and capitals, and cities. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace. See ya.